Nighty-night. Welcome back. It's eerie. Today I'm going to tell you a story about an abandoned house. I've always been drawn to the strange. Life feels too ordinary sometimes, and I guess I've always looked for something more. That's why when I heard about the old house on the outskirts of town, the one everyone called the Hollow House, I didn't hesitate. They said it was haunted, cursed even, but I didn't buy into that. To me, it was just an empty house. A place people were too scared to go. I got there late on a Friday. The place looked like it hadn't been touched in years, with boarded-up windows and a sagging roof. The air felt colder inside, like the house was holding on to something from the past. It smelled damp, musty, but I wasn't worried. It was just a house. I tossed my bag down and cracked open a beer, ready for a quiet night. That's when I first heard it, a scratching noise coming from upstairs. At first, I thought it was nothing, probably just rats. But the sound kept getting louder, like claws dragging across wood. I grabbed my flashlight and headed upstairs, telling myself it was nothing more than some vermin. The stairs creaked with every step, the sound echoing in the quiet. As I reached the top, I saw a door slightly open at the end of the hall. The scratching was coming from inside. I took a breath, nudged the door with my foot, and stepped inside. The moment I did, the sound stopped. The room was empty, just old furniture under white sheets covered in dust. I let out a shaky laugh, thinking I'd let my imagination get the best of me. But as I turned to leave, the door slammed shut behind me. I jumped, my heart racing. The handle turned easily, but when I tried to pull the door open, it felt like something heavy was pushing back. After a few hard shoves, I finally forced it open and stumbled into the hall. And then I saw her. At the far end of the hallway, a woman stood still, almost blending into the shadows. She was pale, her long hair tangled, hanging over her shoulders like a shroud. She didn't move. She didn't say anything. She just stared at me, her eyes wide and unnaturally dark. "Hey, you okay?" I called out, my voice shaking. She didn't respond. She just smiled. A smile that stretched too far, too thin, like her face wasn't made to smile that way. Then, slowly, she started walking toward me. I backed away, my hand fumbling for the doorknob. The door slammed shut behind me as I ran down the stairs, nearly falling with each step. My heart was pounding, my hands shaking. I grabbed my bag and headed for the front door, ready to get the hell out of there. But just as I reached the door, I felt something cold brush the back of my neck. I froze. Slowly I turned around, and there she was, right behind me. She was so close now, her face inches from mine. I could feel her breath, cold and stale, as her dark eyes locked onto mine. I wanted to scream, to run, but I couldn't move. It was like she had taken control of my body, paralyzing me in place. Her smile stretched even wider, grotesque now, twisting her face into something inhuman. And then everything went black. When I woke up, I was on the floor. The house was dead silent, but it felt different now, like it was alive, like it was watching me. I stumbled to my feet, my head pounding, and ran for the door. I threw it open, desperate to escape. But as I stepped outside, the world looked wrong. The sky, the trees, everything was twisted, warped, like reality had shifted. And then I heard it. Her laugh, soft and distant, but unmistakable. I wasn't alone anymore. "I can't leave. She won't let me."